Hello. Hi. Yes, this is the President of the United States. The very same. Yes, I did actually. I'm wearing them right now. They fit like a glove, as they should. Yes. I'm sorry. Could you hold on for just a second? Thank you. Hi, Space Cadets. I'll be with you momentarily. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I was calling in regard to the monogram. It appears you went ahead and put a Z and an N. Oh, I see. Wait a minute. How did you know that? For noble. And why wouldn't it be? I am a noble king. I knew all along, of course. I was just testing you. And you passed. Good for you. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have lots of noble stuff on the agenda. But it was really nice talking. Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful evening as well. Bye. Sorry about the delay. And welcome to my new series, Eerie Coincidences Haunting Our Skies, or simply Echoes. Now, I'll be elaborating further on what that is exactly, as well as giving you guys a couple references for those who, like myself, prefer to do their own research. And I would encourage you to do so. Now, recently I've been very busy with, official presidential stuff. And it hasn't been going so well. For example, I've been trying to get all the, world leader types together for a meeting. And, initially they just weren't taking me seriously. I assured them that the feeling is mutual. Anyway, I was finally able to get everybody together to talk about the floods and fires, pestilence and power problems, and all sorts of issues dealing with the death and destruction on this planet. And while I was speaking about these quite poignant topics, I started to get a bit choked up. And it was in that moment that my slippers decided it'd be a perfect time to do the bunny hop. I'm talking 1950s stupid bunny dance, as if things weren't bad enough, And now I'm up there just looking like I'm possessed by the Easter Bunny. And everybody just thought it was some comedy routine meant to lift their spirits. Like I'm some contemporary court jester or something. So they all start bouncing all over the place like a bunch of profligate pinballs. And they're laughing and I'm crying. On behalf of the group, it certainly wasn't the best use of time and energy. Nor was it a remedy for the whole them not taking me seriously and vice versa. And afterwards, I was just so stressed out. And, at times like that, I like to just hop in the ship and go for a flight, just get above it all and sort of center myself. But when I got to my ship, I noticed that someone had stolen my fuel. So I called headquarters and I was like, look, you guys, I'm really stressed out right now. And they were just like, oh, why don't you go for a flight? And I was like, I'd love to go for a flight, but could you guys bring me some fuel? Because apparently somebody siphoned my tank. Can you believe that? And they were like, oh, I blame Bezos. And I was like, yeah, okay. I'm sure you're dying to tell me the reason behind that deduction. And they were like, I have 3. And I was like, wonderful. 3 is my favorite number. Let's hear it. And they were like, well, first, he's all pissed off because he didn't get his astronaut's wings. And he probably wanted to take it out on somebody more powerful than all the rich people combined. Second, the guy doesn't pay taxes. I seriously doubt he's going to pay for fuel. And third, he totally looks like Dr. Evil. So you add all that up, and you've got some pretty damning evidence, if you ask me. Wouldn't you say? And I was just like, well, you've always had a way with words. I'm particularly impressed at the fact that you managed to wedge the word seriously into that little explanation of yours. You know, if I ever need a lawyer or politician, I'll be sure to keep you in mind. Now, where did we land on the whole you bringing me some fuel situation? And they're like, well, I'll tell you where we're not landing, and that's Earth, because that place sucks. But you're the president of the United States. You could fix anything. You can, totally handle this. I have faith in you. And I was like, wonderful. You know, that makes 2 of us. Well, 3, including Space Cat. And they're like, yeah, now all you got to do is convince everybody else. Piece of cake. And speaking of cake, we're just about to have dessert over here, so I'm going to have to let you go. And I was like, all right, send everyone my love. And they were like, cool. So, echoes. One of the things I hope to achieve with this series, other than to share some surreal synchronicities that some say seem supernatural and sort of sever the separation between the certainty and sureness of a sharp, sensible, sober psyche and the shadows surrounding the seductive, soporific slumberland of the sleeping. In other words, you may want to pinch yourself from time to time just to make sure you're not dreaming. But other than that little detail, I hope to shed some light on how I became king of everything. Because it's not the type of thing that you just pull a sword out of a stone or a lake, nor is it something that you apply for, although there was an individual who tried to do just that. From what I understand, they waltzed into headquarters and handed them a resume. And apparently they just looked them straight in the hair and they were like, no, I'm sorry, Captain Planet. We are not accepting applicants for this position. But I'll tell you what you can do. Because it appears as though your stylist forgot to mow the back lawn, so to speak. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you the contact info of a place that can help you with that. And you're going to want to ask for either Ruby or Rodolfo. Either one can fix you right up. Okay, and if I were you, I would call as soon as possible, right away. All right. There you are. And off you go. I don't know if that story is true. That's just what I heard. Anyway, the point is, being president of the United States isn't something that you choose. It's something that chooses you, whether you like it or not. Basically it's like pulling the celestial short straw, metaphorically speaking. You know, it's like, you know, it's like you go to pull a straw and then it just like snaps off, and you're like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. This broke when I was pulling it out. That doesn't count. And then they're like, it still counts. And you're like, oh man, guess I gotta go save the world. And they're like, yeah, but don't get your hopes up. It's not as easy as, you know, lift, press, hold. And you're like, what? And they're like, never mind, don't worry about it. Anyway, my story is a bit more elaborate than that little scenario. I'm sorry, I just gotta see who this is. Excuse me. President of the United States. Oh, it's you. Let me guess. You want money. You know, just once I'd like to hear from you where you're not asking me for money. No. Can you hang on for could you just hold on for a little bit? I'm right in the middle of some. Well, it's not my fault. Okay, listen. I didn't park you in a red zone. Okay, that's not. All right. I'll be right there. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to get back to this in just a bit. I've got a delivery guy who's holding my yellow curry hostage in a no parking zone, so I kind of got to deal with this. But yeah, I'll be back soon.